Hi everyone and welcome to the Daily Scopes for the 15th of January. So on the 15th the moon enters void of course at 47 minutes past midnight and enters Libra at 19 minutes past 1 a.m. I'm going to put what the moon void of course means and the moon entering Libra means at the end of this audio if you want to listen to that. Okay, this Daily Scopes mainly focuses on the aspects that's happening, and I pre-record the moon void of course and moon in Libra because they happen the same every month. So yeah. Anyway, the first aspect of today is Venus square transit Uranus, which is exact at 1:22 a.m. So it can be easy to fall for someone's charm and charisma under this influence. It's best to not rush in. Check facts while remaining open to love to avoid future disappointments. It's best to ask questions rather than assume, yet doing so can cause heartache because you may get the answers that you don't like, but also it's good to know the truth, although it can be hard. Also, it's best to avoid making serious commitments at this time. There is a risk that friends, family, business or other intimate partners may convince you to overspend, socialise or take drugs or any other intoxicating substances to the access at this time, which can interfere with your productivity and overall well-being. There can also be problems with gaining access to your finances. People in general can be unreliable. There can also be problems with all forms of selling and marketing, and it's best to stay away from psychic activity if you feel ungrounded and you don't know to put protection up and stuff. Be careful who you say your sexual energy with at this time, as there's a tendency for lust or sex magic to cloud your thinking and make you more infatuated with someone who is unsuitable for you. Also today at 2:11 a.m. the moon enters its last quarter phase as well, so I'll also talk about that at the end of today's audio. The second aspect of today is Mercury SemiSquare Saturn, which is exact at 6:57 a.m. and the effects of these semi-square sort of aspects last for about 3 to 5 days, and you may have been experienced these effects already. So Mercury SemiSquare Saturn, commitments can make you feel overwhelmed and helpless. You may feel imprisoned by your own routine that can make you lash out and verbally at others, or cause them pain, or others may cause you pain, and you can just feel generally discontented at this time. Although you may choose to socialise and communicate with others, they can drive you to boredom at this time, or you can be the one who drives someone else to boredom. Although looking for people who are older, have more depth to them, and having meaningful conversations with them can expand your horizons and open you up to new possibilities. So at first you may be, oh, you bore me, but really sometimes what I've learned as well, the people that we ignore sometimes are actually the people, if we listen, we don't have to like them, but if we listen to what they was actually saying and take their advice, we could all have a better life. But hey, it's up to you. So basically you can use this power to help you react to situations with more calm and meet your commitments while making some room for spontaneity. And it's really good because Venus square is making us act more crazy. Sparks of passion may burn brightly but quickly fade away, so this Saturn energy is helping us stay a bit more grounded. So what is void of course? Void of course moon in astrology is when the moon journeys through its cycle and it makes one last main aspect, i.e. a trine, conjunction, square, sextile, opposition with another planet before changing signs, yet it still makes minor aspects. I call them major and I do include them in my weekly scopes and daily scopes. But anyway, so it will still make minor aspects such as semi-squares, sextiles, quintiles and sesquiquadrate, but it won't make any what's called, in inverted commas, main aspects. When the moon enters void of course, it can be a time of uncertainty and confusion for many. Because of this, some astrologers suggest it may be best to delay things during the moon void of course period. To be on the safe side, it may be sensible to plan ahead, steer clear of major events or decisions during the time period when moon's void of course. Sometimes moon void of course can just last for an hour. Sometimes it can last for a day. If you can, it's a perfect time to take some time out to reflect and relax if you feel affected by the moon void of course period. In astrology, the moon represents our emotions and innermost feelings, so this is especially a vulnerable time for some people, especially for those with strong Cancer or water energy, Pisces and Scorpio in their chart. So water signs and those affected will especially benefit for taking time out to reflect and check in with themselves, especially on your belief patterns, maybe thinking of starting or continuing the work to let go of them. Excellent time to practice mindfulness and to be open to the universe lessons for you, giving gratitude. Even though it can be a challenging time, it can also be a powerful one. If we use moon void of course periods as a perfect opportunity to cultivate our inner strength and wisdom. The best use of the Libra moon's energy is working with or helping others, compromising to find solutions to problems, or simply working with others just to get work completed quickly. Working on creative work or any other projects, becoming more refined on your taste and appearance. The energy is given to work through problems peacefully, looking for resolutions that meet the needs of everyone involved. This is sort of like the perfect time to resolve creative or legal and other partnership matters if you can, and that's a big if. Remain cool and calm, rational, and focus on the practicalities of not only the situation but what you're going to say. Then you can navigate also any blocks to finding peaceful resolution or any obstacles that you may face. It may be a good idea to put off essential matters until later if you can't keep a level head. Some of you may be able to appreciate things such as music, beauty, nature more, making the Libra moon a sort of perfect time to start or continue artistic or musical projects. You may want to socialise more and make your close ones feel appreciated by saying words of affirmation. You can make them feel appreciated by cooking for them, taking them out, giving them a gift, or meeting their needs in some other way. Some of you may be more interested in psychological and emotional issues rather than socialising right now. Negatively, people can gossip more, be distant or outspoken. This can cause tensions in relationships due to a lack of understanding, impoliteness, bad manners and insensitive to other people's feelings. So do your best to remain practical, rational and peaceful. Listen to other people's points of view and state your wishes assertively, but be thoughtful with your actions and words to reduce the conflict, because, hey, it's nice to be nice sometimes, but don't people please, because that's Libra energy. Don't do that. Assert yourself, but in a polite way. So yeah, some people may prefer to just be alone. It's a good moon to look after yourself, self-care on the spiritual, emotional, psychological levels, and you may be more emotional, hypersensitive as well, so you may just want to take a break. And the Libra moon supports taking extra time just to look after your general physical health, your body, because sometimes we can be in our minds and forget to do that. Drinking more water, going for health checkups, exercising and doing other things to look after your general well-being is also good. Also, under the Libra moon, when the moon's in the constellation of Libra, it's a good time to plant plants, especially those who, if you're in the southern, because we're going into the winter solstice right now, but in England, but yeah, planting colourful fruits, vegetables and plants can make your garden look more colourful. It's also an excellent period to plant hard roots such as parsnips, celery, roots, water chestnuts, ginger, potatoes and turmeric. The last quarter moon or third quarter moon is a symbolic representation of the waning phase of the lunar cycle. In this phase, the moon appears to be lit at 50% on the left side, giving the impression of a waning crescent. It's a powerful time to release all that no longer serves us, allowing us to move forward with clarity and focus. It is also a good time to identify and release any burdens that no longer serve you. This is a moment to start or continue purging any self-destructive thoughts, addictions or relationships. especially if it happens when the moon's in void of course as well. It gives that extra double powerful energy, allowing you to make room for what you wish to invite in your life in the coming new moon. This phase can bring forth a sense of liberation, allowing us to let go of our emotional and mental baggage, leaving us feeling lighter and more balanced. It's also a good time to be mindful of your words, as we can tend to speak more freely without thinking of the consequences. This can cause arguments in relationships. The last quarter moon is a reminder of the importance of knowing when and how to let go. List of things that can come into focus during the last quarter moon. At worst, brings mood swings and a conflict between the masculine and feminine energy, so the side of you that's more emotional, spiritual, and the side of you that's more rational, logical. Also, quick responses and impulsive actions. You can focus on getting rid of the old to make room for the new, decluttering your house, your car, your office, releasing burdens, whether that be in personal hobbies, projects, relationships or habits, increased sensuality, need for touch, unblocking your repressed emotions and energy, being more responsive to hands-on healing therapies like massage, acupuncture, investigating your obstacles and thinking about the ways that you can overcome your challenges, gives increased insight, good time to partake in self-care or meditation, questioning your grudges, bitterness and regrets to work through them, forgiveness of yourself and others. So yeah, that's the daily scope.